Good morning, Facebook Live. It's Sherri Somers. How we doing this morning? I'm excited. How we doing? Let's see who we have here heading to work, heading to our 9 to 5, heading out. Who do we have here? Who is with us this morning? Today we're talking about the 3-step systems in winning any conversation, or 3-step systems in winning over any conversation. Guys, this is powerful. So listen, I think I just want you to go ahead and tag somebody right now because this blew my mind and it's going to blow your mind. 3-step system in winning any conversation. Guys, listen to me. It is going to be bananas. So go ahead and tag somebody right now because you are in for a treat. It's Sherri Somers, your revenue attraction strategist, business coach. Hi, Ryden. How you doing? Hey, Amy. How are you, gorgeous? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am happy to be here. It's your one and only Sherri Somers, your revenue attraction business coach. And I'm talking about the 3-step secrets to winning any conversation. And this weekend, guys, this past weekend, I had so much clarity, having the ability to attend a mastermind, the Release the Chain by Miss Ari. And we had an opportunity to sit and talk with the handsome Stedman Graham, Oprah's Plus One. And he was talking about the step system of winning of conversation. And I want to share it with you because it still resonated with me today, still on my mind. And I'm like, listen, I got to go live and let these people know because I wish someone had educated me on these things. And I want to be able to share the same exact information with you that someone shared with me during our mastermind with Stedman Graham in DC. And again, shout out to Ari for that. It was amazing. The Release the Chain was amazing. And one of the things that he talks about, and before we get started, let me go ahead. Hey, Aquanetta. Hi, Nina. How you doing? One of the things he talks about, which literally stick with me the whole time during the presentation, is he talk about the foundation of when you're talking to someone, the 3-step secret to, before we begin, let me go ahead and say, everyone who signed up for Marketing Momentum Masterclass, shout out to you guys. Thanks for the love, Amina. Thanks for the love. Shout out to you guys. Marketing Momentum Masterclass is this coming Tuesday. Make sure you don't miss it. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Aquanetta. Good morning. I want you to share this video because I think everyone on Facebook really, really, really need to hear these nuggets because it's 3-step system. It's 3-step secret to winning any conversation. And this information came from Stedman this weekend. And I'm so excited. Thank you for the love. I love it. And I was in the room when he was speaking and my mouth was like, oh my goodness. Now it just makes some things make sense to me, right? And one of the things he talks about in the foundation of he says, when you're talking to someone about anything, hey, Dwayne, good morning. And when you're talking to someone, Stedman says, when you're talking to someone about anything, understand first who you are talking to. He said, understand first who you're talking to. Are you talking to a slave or are you talking to an owner? And I was like, That's the first thing he said. Understand the foundation of who you're talking to determine the outcome. So if you're talking to a slave or you're talking to an owner, let me get deeper. If you're talking to someone about your marriage or your relationship, and the person has never been married, never been in a situation, or they're negative Nancy, you already know what outcome you are going to get when you start talking to them anyway. So first, understand the conversation. Determine who you're talking to first. Is it a slave or is it an owner? And I was like, what is Stedman Graham talking about? I'm like, wow, that right there was deep to me. The first step is understanding who you are talking to. So when you decided to talk about a business goal, a business deal, or marriage or relationships, make sure who you're revealing your information to is someone that can understand what you're getting ready to say. If someone that is the only thing they know is a 9 to 5, which is a slave mentality, 9 to 5, we gotta grind, we gotta get there, they won't understand entrepreneurship. If you're talking to them about, hey, I want to get married, they won't understand entrepreneurship. I told y'all to share this live. It's going to be good. I'm trying to tell y'all. Go ahead and tag somebody. So when you're opening your mouth to speak, Stedman Graham was saying in our our conference. He says, make sure you understand first who you're articulating yourself to, because understanding who you're talking to change the dimension of the outcome of what you're looking for. So if I'm going to go talk to somebody, I remember when I was telling a couple of my friends that said, listen, I need more time. I need more freedom. I need to be there for my son. I need to be there for him. And I was saying, okay, I think I'm going to step away from my 9 to 5. And they thought I was crazy for saying that because they didn't understand. And looking back, they didn't understand because I didn't make sure that the person who I'm talking to understand where I'm coming from. They weren't like my gated friend. Hey, D. Jackie Jackson. So when you're deciding to reveal, or when you're deciding to jump, or when you're deciding to do something different, when you're deciding to get married, get divorced, get whatever it may be, make sure the person you're having this conversation with understand. Because and one thing Stan said with me when he says, are they a slave or are they a slave or their owner? So if you're talking to someone who, example, own a business, and this is my own a business, and you said, hey, I want to do entrepreneurship, they may understand where you're coming from. But if you're talking to someone who does not understand entrepreneurship and they understand the slave mentality of going 9 to 5, that's the only thing they understand. So of course, your result from that conversation is going to be negative. So again, the first thing he says that is to understand who you are talking to. That right there, when you're getting ready to open your mouth and reveal your next move or reveal your next thing that you're getting ready to do in life, when you get ready to step out, you got to understand that the people you're talking to first have to understand where you're going, understand where you are and where you're trying to go. So if you're talking to people who's never been there before, we don't look at it as it's my mother, my sister, or my friend. Look at it as who is that person? How is that person will understand what I'm trying to say? If they don't understand what you're trying to say, well, that may not be the person that you need to be revealing or talking to. The foundation of who you are talking to determines the outcome of what you're going to get. If we're in a negative oppressed system already. He went on to say, we're in a negative oppressed system already. I like that. Brashana said, don't cast your pearls to the wine. I love it. Don't cast your pearls to the wine. Exactly. And he said, we're already in a negative oppressed system. And Emina says, girl, yes. I love it. So we're already in a negative oppressed system. So you talking to somebody who's already oppressed, who's already negative, and then you're wondering why the person is not supporting you. And you're wondering why the person they're not supporting because they don't know anything different. They're not supporting because they don't understand. So knowing that alone is half the battle, right? So the first thing is, understand the foundation of who you're talking to determine your outcome. If you want to say this is why when people are successful and their friends around them who are not happy for them, and they're like, why are you not happy for me? Hey, Kimra, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Tanisha, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're talking about the 3-step secrets to winning any conversation, 3-step system. And these systems that Stan McGraham shared with us when I was in DC, and it opened up my eyes, guys, because now it makes sense of when I say something to someone, what their response is. Now it makes sense. Now I can understand how I can handle them. So needs to say, yeah, I made this mistake doing this year. I've been talking to slaves. Exactly. And we're not talking about slaves as in color. We're talking about slaves as in a system that is designed to keep him oppressed, not as in race. So let's understand that. The second thing you talk about is transformation of always showing love. The second thing you're talking about, transformation of always showing love, because now that you know who you're talking to, you know why the response is the way it is, right? You know why the response is the way it is, because if you're talking to someone who already negative, who already never had, stopped their dreams, then they're going to, of course, not understand where you're heading. So why keep having a conversation when you already knew what the outcome was going to be anyway? Right? I remember when I left my 9 to 5, my mom used to call me and say, hey, there's a job over here that's hiring. Because as a mother, she's a protector and she want to see me do good. So she's worried about me jumping. So she was kind of like, oh my goodness, I got to make sure you're okay. Because as a mother, that's what we do. But she never chase her dreams because she was always, as a 9 to 5 taking care of us. So my job now is to chase my dreams and take care of her because she put her dreams on hold for me, right? So the outcome, if I'm telling her something about me being a full-time entrepreneur, she want to understand that because she's never done it before. So on the first thing, I got to go back to that because that just opened up my eyes. When you open these things that God call you mouth and reveal what your next thing is, not everyone's going to understand you. So based on who you're talking to will give you the ability to understand the result of what you're getting ready to do. Now, everything, number 2, everything comes back to you. Come back to you saying, okay, I said this to you, and because I said this to you, and you're the person who don't understand dreams and don't understand success, or don't understand marriages and don't understand divorce, or don't understand no child or having a child, whatever it may be, I should understand that when I'm opening my mouth, I talk to people who understand me. And that will be half your battle if you go to people who understand who you are. I'm not talking about right or wrong. I'm talking about more about having a reflection of who you are. Now, having the transformation is always love. Now, how do we get around that? How do we navigate through that? Is by showing love. How do we navigate through those family members who don't understand what your path, don't understand where you're going, how do we navigate that? How do we navigate through the friends who never been where you are or don't understand why you're working so hard? You do that through love. And what I mean by love, because you as a person, anything that happened in life is affected by you, right? You, no one else. So if someone hurt you, they didn't hurt you. You allow them to hurt you. You allow your emotions to get in the way for them to hurt you, right? Do understand, everything go back to you. It's like a child. Whenever my son says someone did something, I say, well, what did you do? I always start with that. What did you do first before I jump on saying, things. I first correct my child first. Hey, what did you do? Why this person, he hit me? Well, what did you do for him to hit you? And that, because you always check yourself first. Should I have revealed this to this person? Well, if they're negative towards me, I'm the one that opened my mouth and telling my plans. So of course, if that person never been anywhere, never been on a plane, never traveling anywhere, how can they understand or articulate if the news for the world is from a barbershop or a hair store? That's where they're getting the news from based on what the conversation, they've never been anywhere to see the world. How can you be going to that person to reveal or to help you navigate through your life? I used to tell a friend, I said, when you have a workshop or a conference, you cannot go to someone who never hosts a workshop or a conference to get a feedback because they don't understand. And I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Go ahead and give me a high five if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, you are responsible for your feelings on a daily basis. You are responsible for your feelings on a daily basis. So transferring love always comes back to you. The goal is to be able to have humility. This is what Stedman was saying. Be able to have humility that now that you understand who the person is, you can understand what the outcome may be, right? You know who you are, know who you are dealing with, and it provides humility, right? Organizing your life in such a way to always transfer love, right? Organizing your life in such a way to always transfer love. Here's what I'm saying about this. There are times where you see people who was great in high school playing football, they get to the NFL and things happen, they get in a club, they get in a fight, and then they lose everything because of one night of a fight. But even though they came out of their situation financially, mentally, they never came out, right? So instead of just transforming your paycheck, you got to transform your mind too, and understand humility and love. Understand when someone talk about you, who they are, where they're coming from. Because if you don't understand why they do the things they do, it leaves you in a disarray. And that's why it's very important when you're making your next move, when you're making your next transition, you talk with people who will understand. Even sometimes, even if it's a family member, they may not understand. They may not understand where you're going. So they can only give you opinion based on what their experience. I hope you get that. They can only give you their opinion based on their experience. And you knowing who you're talking to also give you the ability to understand why they gave you that situation, right? There are times that I used to be hurt by when I give love to someone and then they betray you, and I understand they're only doing what they know how to do. They don't know anything different. So they're doing what they know how to do. So no matter how much love you show, no matter how much kindness you're showing, they're just not there. Their mindset is just not there. And what you're doing now is pouring your secrets and your things, your personal life, your business life into their heart, and they don't know how to take it. They don't know how to take your success. They don't know how to take your next thing. So I wanted to reveal that with you guys because I think that was so important. And he said, your success is based on how much you love yourself. Your success is based on how much you love yourself. It was so important for me to reveal this to you because, let me tell you why, guys, because we are in a generation where our parents never been. We're heading to a generation where your millionaire is the person next to you. You can create something on Facebook and make millions of dollars within minutes, right? So when you're talking to parents and people who you don't have a family member in your house that has gained that success in this type of new generation to understand how to help you. So you're walking through a path or you're going through a journey that no one have ever been through before. So you're really going by yourself. So understanding who you're talking to and who you're revealing your next move to is vital. It's vital because it will shape the dimension of the next thing or your next move, because they will implement things in your life and emotions in your life that is not supposed to be there. Your energy will be moved based on what someone's saying. You don't understand why they're saying what they're saying. However, if you understand the foundation of who you're revealing your next move to, then it will be better for you to understand that they're doing this in a reason why they're doing it. And I hope you get what I'm saying. Go ahead and share this live. I told y'all it was going to be good today. So we're talking about the 3-step secret of winning any conversation. So 3-step secret of winning any conversation. I remember something happened and I was at a certain location I wasn't happy with. And I told the person, I would not come over to your side of your office anymore and complain. I would not complain because I don't want to complain and be the victim all the time. I said this even to someone yesterday, either you're the victim or you're going to take action, but I cannot sit here and hear this negative stuff. So either you're going to take action in the situation or you're going to stop talking about the situation. And I told the person, said, listen, you will not hear me come back with you about this situation. I'm going to take action. And I took action and I left the situation completely alone. But at the time, until, Stedman Graham made it clear to us in DC. You didn't understand what was happening. He made it clear to me because he made me understand that it's not them, it's you. It's you, as in you're revealing what you're doing. Good morning, Lady Heath. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Tisha Blazing Trail. I love it. You're the one that left the information and reveal the information to someone who don't have the mental ability to understand. So the feedback you got, in the clap that you thought you were going to get and you didn't get it, this nobody's fault but yours, because you left that door open. You left it open. So this is why it's vital, ladies and gentlemen, that when you're heading a new direction, you team up. You heard me say all the time, get it friends. You team up with get it friends who get you, who understand you, who understand where you're going, because you cannot what did Renee say? She said you cannot tell swines about your pearls, something like that. She said, I want to make sure that she said it. So I wanted you to understand that, because I didn't understand. But even with all that, now that you know why they are, how they are, and again, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. We have been in the press system for so long. We have been in a system where everything around us have been negative. It's from slavery days. So we knowing this, we're going to be more humble and understand that when you get in an argument with someone or when you get an issue with someone, I don't even call them for correction anymore, because they're on the defense mechanism. You ever talk to someone and you're trying to get clarity on something that happened? They're on the defense mechanism that it's not even matter what I say, because they already came with their defense up. And they already come with their defense up because they had to fight. Old person say, all my life I had to fight. So why even waste your time? Understand that, kill them with love, humility, and kindness, because you understand it's not their fault the way they are. It's not their fault the way they are. It's way before we were even being born. However, the difference is some of us, a few of us, 1% of us took the time out to understand mindset and personal development so we can understand and overcome that even though it's not our fault, we can find a way out of it, right? So when you're revealing the 3-step secrets of revealing who you are, number 3, knowing who you're dealing with and providing humility is so important. Knowing who you are dealing with and providing humility is so important. If you get this today, guys, you make your day so much better. If you get this and understand what I'm saying, once you know who you're dealing with, then you can navigate how to deal with that person. And that is killing them with love. And understand it's not them. I hear people say all the time when someone is on drugs and they do something while they're on drugs, it's not them, it's the drug. Well, think about it in that sense. If all they see is negative, they've been negative, their family negative, they've been around negative. So when you go to them telling them that your next move is A, B, and C, they won't understand. So you got to understand, who are you revealing your stuff to? Who are you telling about your next move? Who are you telling that you need help with something? They won't understand. And that's why it's vital that when you go to conferences, go to webinars, go to seminars, you're surrounded by people who understands you. So you have another type of club or another type of friend, because that will keep you aligned in your trajectory of your goal that you're setting for yourself and your family. Because not everyone understands that. The next thing you talk about is your success is based on how much you love yourself. Success is based on how much you love yourself. Organize your life in such a way to transform love. That means even though they slay you, even though they talk about you, even though they do all that, you still, as a business owner, as a woman of God, you still have to show them love, even the way you feel like they don't deserve it. You still have to show them love. They don't deserve it, but you still have to do it, because what did Tanisha say? We have to learn how to trust our own sense of, discernment. I love that. And stop looking to others to validate our vision and our ideas. I love that. Yes, I love that. She said, stop looking to others to validate our vision or ideas. When Stedman said that in the room about the first thing is understand the foundation of who you're talking to, I was like, wow. And again, I don't care if it's your mother. I don't care if it's your father, your sister, your brother. Understand the foundation of who you're talking to. Not everybody's going to be happy for your wins. Not everybody's going to understand what you're doing. Not everyone. I can come on here every day and say, it's Sherri Somers, your revenue attraction strategist and business coach. And people would say, what does she do? I just say revenue is my business. I just say revenue attraction coach. I just said business coach, and they will forget until they don't catch it, and that's how we miss our blessing. No matter how many times you say what you do, the person try not to hear. Keyword, try not to hear. And that's because of their belief system, that because of their mindset. The whole goal of this live today, ladies and gentlemen, was to get you to understand it. If you understand who you're talking to every day, throughout your day, you can win any conversation, hands down. If you understand who you're talking to, you can win any conversation, hands down. That's one. Two, now that you understand that the results of the conversation, how the conversation is going to go. You already know the result of the conversation. People used to laugh at me when I'm hosting an event. I'm like, I don't talk to my mom until after 1 o'clock. Because she's a protector, she's a mother, she's a nurturer. So she's always going to come with, the saving. Oh, baby, the faith is out because as a mother. So they laugh all the time, because I want to be ready for your energy. Who you surround yourself with. Tell your subconscious mind where you're trying to go. Let me say it again. Your energy, who you surround yourself with, what you listen to, what you read. Tell your subconscious mind where you're trying to go. Hey, GP. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Kenisha. Thank you so much for joining us. We're talking about 3-step secret to winning any conversation. So without even saying saying your affirmation, what you read every day, who you talk to every day, who's in your ear every day, what you listen to every day is telling your subconscious mind what your goals and outcomes are. So if you're saying your affirmations every day, but you're gossiping, or you're talking about other people, and you're not talking about business goal, and you're not talking about strategy, you're not talking about market, you're not talking about the things in life that happy marriages, or if you're not talking about things that goals that you have in your life, all that talking of affirmation won't work. Everything around you have to line up so you can win. I hope you get that. Everything around you. I tell you to share this live because this is going to be good. I told you that if you haven't already did it, go ahead and share this live. Somebody need to hear this. Everything around you have to line up for it to win. When you tell your subconscious mind where you're trying to go based on what you do, based on what you say, based on the friends you keep, based on what you read, based on what you listen to. Right? So when you do all those things, your subconscious mind don't have a choice but to attract what you seek. If you seek negative, you're going to get negative. If you seek positive, you're going to get positive. It's important and vital that you understand that, because some of you guys are asking God for some things and it's not happening, but you're watching people launching the same thing that you've been asking God to do and you have not did it yet. And this may be why, because what your conversation of what you have, and let me tell you something, all my get it friends, no, we're talking about business. We're talking about strategy. We're talking about meeting me in Vegas. We're talking about when we get there, what we're going to do. We're talking about flying out. We're talking about next flight. We're talking about strategies. We're talking about increasing our business. That's a conversation. So when you start having conversation that lines up with where you're going, then everything that is in your winning season will attract itself to you. Everything. But you can't have affirmation that you're saying you want something over here, but as soon as you're done with your affirmation, then you're going to, soon as you're done with the affirmation, now you're going to a conversation about who's messing with who, or who's sleeping with who, or who doing what, or who doing this. You're throwing off your affirmation and you're confusing your subconscious mind, because one minute you say you want this and another minute you say you want that, right? Or your next step is for you to say you want. And here's a big one. Here's a huge big one. Whenever I talk to my prospective clients, I say, well, how much money you want to make? 10K. All right. Then the next thing I say, well, how much are you willing to invest to make that 10K? Birds chirping. How are you going to ask someone to pour into your business, but you cannot pour out what you're asking to be poured in, right? We allow our mindset to stop us right at the pay part. The pay part. And there's only thing that's stopping your way is the pay part. So yesterday I said to someone, I said, well, do you know if you make one client, you're going to make this money back with one client? Did you know that? You know, so our subconscious mind sometimes keep us stuck, but that goes back to our mindset. Thank you, Akuneta. Thank you. Yes. Our hashtag mindset. It goes back to that. So I got 4 minutes. I don't want to be long, but I got 4 minutes. But I want to explain to you, how do you navigate through that process? Is first understanding who you're talking to. And then now that you're understanding who you're talking to, you can expect ahead of time how the conversation is going to go. So if I'm talking to someone, guys, who I know can't handle my wins, I can't handle my success, I don't even bring it up. Imani said, how can you not invest in your business but want to make 10K from it? Exactly. How can you not invest in your business but want 10K from it? Exactly. So there are times when someone will say to me, hey, Sherri, I see you. And I navigate the conversation to make the wins about them. Because sometimes people cannot handle your success. Sometimes people cannot handle your goal. Sometimes people cannot handle when your happy marriage. Some people, if they're not happy in their marriage, they can't handle it at all. So it's important that you understand the foundation of who you are talking to determine the outcome. I hope you get that. When you understand the foundation of who you're talking to, the outcome, then you can understand why the outcome is the way it is. Is this a negative person? Is this a person that, if you're talking about how happy your child is, and is this a person who lost a child? You know, these are all things that are so important when you open your mouth to reveal. And if you honestly know that this person can't handle your success, if this person can't handle what you're doing, just don't bring it up. Even if they bring it up, navigate to it, because all it's going to turn into you thinking you're this or you thinking you're that, right? Now that we understand, now that we've revealed, the next thing that we need to do is kill them with humility and love. And because understand, this is not who they are. No one was born negative. No one was born, I have 2 minutes. No one was born negative at all. So all that came from society, sociological factors, economical factors, all that came from things that we had no control of. But some people stay with it and some people let it go. Some people stay with it and some people let it go. One of the things that Stedman said to me, he said, when people's overlooking, I'm in my own word, I'm paraphrasing. When people's overlooking Oprah, and who is he and who is he? He said, you know what? I started doing women empowerment conferences because what woman wouldn't listen to him, right? Because he got Oprah. So he turned a negative thing into a positive thing and make it back about him. A negative things, and we can so learn from that. Turn that, one of the hardest things for someone to take is when you're killing them with love and they hate your guts. It's when you're killing them with love and they hate your guts. Because you understand this is not them. How many times is someone on drugs or somebody's, and you're saying it's not them, it's a drug. Well, think of it that way. Think of the negative is a drug. Think of the sadness is a drug. Think of why they're not happy for you as a drug and say it's not them. It's actually the drug. 1 minute. It's actually drug of what they go to. Tanisha Law said, take a moment to analyze who your circle is. Compromise. Yes, I like that. Your circle is based on what they're capable of receiving. I like that. Leave petty friends in the party line. I love it. Leave petty friends in the party line. When I understand that, guys, and he made it so clear about understand who your foundation is. Are you talking to a slave? Are you talking to an owner? And I was like, wow, that is powerful. So today, I challenge you, when you go out today, when you go out throughout your day, don't just look at this live and don't implement it. First thing first, before you open your mouth, before you tell someone about how great your child is and she passes spelling bee or how great she's doing in school, understand the foundation of who you're talking to. Right? Before you reveal how you and your husband is going on this great trip, before you reveal about your business goal and how much money you make, and how much money your business is making, understand, can this person handle your success first, right? And if you know the answer, if you know what the answer is, do not open your mouth. If you know this person cannot handle it, right? If you know this person cannot handle that success, I will come in a room and with my degrees, and I teach at schools and I teach at colleges and I have a master's degree, I will come in and I will still serve. I will come in, I will still say, hey, I will come here. Where do you want me to serve? Right? Because I leave those things at the door and I come in and say, where do you want me to serve? Even when it comes to going to Vegas, how can I be an ambassador for Epic? And how can I serve in Black Expo that's coming up? And how can I've always wanted to be the person that serve. I leave all my knowledge at the door, right? And even sometimes I know the answer to things in the room and I try to just be quiet. I just try to be quiet. Because I don't know who is new to the room that can handle the information. So I just be humble and leave my success and my accolades at the door so I can open up and serve. And if you understand that, guys, it will literally trajectory your success. Oh my goodness, so far away, literally, right? And what confuses the system for me is I'm talking to someone yesterday and they're like, hey, Sherri, I really want more visibility in my business. I really want more information on how to get people leads into my business. And I said, well, I've been advertising Marketing Momentum Masterclass for a month now. Marketing Masterclass, marketing, and the thing is, like, we hear, but we don't hear. Right. And you want this, but we don't hear. And we hear, but we don't hear. We read, but we don't read. Every time you pick up something, guys, every time you pick up information, you should say, how can I take the information I'm picking up? How can I reveal that to me? That was another thing that Stedman said. How can you reveal everything you read? Let me tell you something. Whenever my son get on these channels or YouTube channel, I'm like, first of all, he do the YouTube Kids. And the second thing I do, I say, how can the information is going to benefit him or me. Anything I read, if it's the news, I turn it off. If it's negative, I turn it off, because everything that affects you, everyone in an unconscious way, it affects you. You may not think it does. The music you're listening to going to work in the morning time affect you. Everything you do affect you and the results of the way you think. And if you understand that your energy, everything is attracted to your energy, right? So what do you want your energy to attract? That's a key word. What do you want your energy to attract? So as soon, be that friend that say, listen, God bless. Every time somebody try to come to you about something, just say, God bless them. My girlfriend have this thing about me, and my clients have the thing about me, is when they say something that doesn't line up, I said, well, how's that making you money? How's that making you money? You know, so now I became the revenue chick. How are you getting revenue from that? So that every time they say something, they say, Sherri's going to say, well, how is that making you money? How is that gossiping making you money? How is that, you know, everything? I cut him right off. Like, how is that making you money? Is that making you money? You know, is posting on Facebook making you money? You know, is gossiping about who's messing with who make you money? I just, how is that making you money? And that cut the conversation literally half. Like, and now my clients are saying it, and my getting friends are saying it. Well, Sherri's going to say, how is that making you money? You know, because making me money is more the core of creating my ideal freedom lifestyle, creating the core of saying my son I'm going to volunteer his school, having the ability to leave you guys in a few minutes and go volunteer at his school. Like, these are things I never have to do. I never had an opportunity to do before, so I'm taking advantage of it. So when someone says something to you, just say, well, how does that make you money? Or how's that bothering you? You know, and so when they know my brand now is revenue is my business. So every time they say something, they are saying it before Sherri, you're already going to ask me, how is that making you money? To get them back focused on them, get them back focused on what's going on in the world. Like, yes, that's negative, but last time I checked, Oprah was still rich. Last time I checked, other people are still rich with all the negativity going on in the world. So I just wanted to share that with you, because these 3-step secret to winning any conversation is understanding the foundation of who you're talking to, organize your life in such a way to transform love and humility. So now that you know why they're doing it, you don't have to have an argument with them anymore, because you know exactly why they are doing what they're doing. Right? So it puts you above. You now don't have to question it. Aquanetta said, that's what I've been lately, waiting in silence. Yes, you have, honey, because I have not been seeing you at all. I've not even, oh, by the way, I got to call you because I want you to come to Vegas with us, Aquanetta. So, yeah, so that's what I've been talking about for a while. If anyone who want to join us in Vegas, for the Epic 19. Again, these are people who come with battery included. They have a business. They want to launch their business to 250K. These are the serious folks. We're not talking about the folks that are just testing the water. We're talking about people who come with batteries included already, right? So go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat in the comment, and I'll have my Tamara or myself reach out to you. Tamara is my assistant. Reach out to you. But I hope this was very helpful, guys, because when I realized that of this information, shout out to Ari that hosted Release the Chain, it changed everything. It literally changed everything for me. Ask yourself, how does it make you money? Right? Can this person handle your success before you open your mouth? And the foundation of who you're talking to determines the outcome of who you're talking to. So before you reveal your success to anyone, ask yourself, can this person handle what I'm about to say? Right? So because if it's negative Nancy and you tell them your success, you already knew the answer. So why even waste your time listening to telling negative Nancy your success? They have to be able to formulate and articulate what you're trying to say, right? So the foundation of who you're talking to determines the outcome. If you're with we're in a negative system, a negative press system. So when you're revealing, it may be something about your child won something at school. It may be how you and your husband are doing so wonderful. It may be how your business is taking off. Not everyone can handle that, guys, and not everyone can handle it. And because it can't handle it, here's the thing why what does that have to do with you? Once they're revealing the atmosphere, the negativity, that get into your energy, right? So how you navigate through that is by transforming love. You are responsible for your feelings. You are responsible for your feelings. You know who you are dealing with and provide. So you have to provide humility to them because you know exactly who you're dealing with. Hey, Chandela, how you doing? Not everyone can understand that your success is based on your love for yourself. I'm sorry. Your success is based on your love for yourself. How much love do you have for yourself? So when there's something great going on, there are times that I don't tell my gifted friend something I'm doing, and the other person will reveal it. I'm like, crap, I didn't want you to know yet. And it's not that I didn't want them to know. It's just that I just want to show up and serve. There are times that I have a 10 thing just to show up and serve and leave my accolades at the door. Let me move some cheers for you. You know, so I just wanted to stop by and say, listen, guys, if you're just joining us, go ahead and review this hashtag repeat, because there were some great nuggets. Thank you guys for sharing, for everyone sharing. Thank you all for everyone who signed up for Marketing Momentum Masterclass. We're giving away trips to Cancun, Orlando, and Myrtle Beach. So if you sign up for that class, you have an opportunity to go on a vacation, get a vacation voucher. Now, timeshare, get vacation voucher to go to Cancun, Myrtle Beach. Aquanetta, you'll be going there soon. I saw that you registered for your Cancun vacation. You deserve it, and thank you for your service to our country. I am excited about that. I'm excited to be able to do that for you guys, because I know as mamapreneur, businesspreneur, manpreneur, we want to be able to see the world. And when you see the world, it changes the dimension of your conversation that you have. All right, guys, join us for Marketing Momentum Masterclass. Go ahead and drop in here if you're interested in going to Epic. See you in Vegas. Have a good day. And remember, understand the foundation of who you're talking to predict the results of the outcome of the conversation. All right. Have a good day, guys. Be blessed and tell someone you love them.